Throughout history, food shortages have often led to the creation of inventive dishes born out of necessity. When access to ingredients becomes scarce, people have had to get creative, finding ways to stretch limited resources into meals that are both nutritious and satisfying. Here are the top 10 dishes that were created due to food shortages, each with a unique story of resilience and innovation. 1. Cottage pie. Cottage pie, a comfort food beloved in the UK and Ireland, was born during times of food scarcity, particularly in the 18th century. When meat became less affordable, people turned to mashed potatoes as a way to stretch the filling. The pie is traditionally made with minced beef and vegetables, topped with mashed potatoes. Its creation was a practical way to feed a family with fewer resources while still maintaining flavor and texture. 2. Hoppin John. Hoppin John, a dish that originated in the southern United States, combines black-eyed peas, rice, and pork. During the post-Civil War era, food shortages meant that many poor families had to rely on inexpensive ingredients. Black-eyed peas were an affordable source of protein, and when paired with rice, a staple crop, the dish became a satisfying, filling meal. The addition of pork, often the cheaper cuts, added flavor and made the dish even more hearty. 3. Potato soup. Potato soup is another dish that came out of necessity during times of food scarcity, particularly during the Great Famine of Ireland in the 19th century. With potatoes being the primary crop, families faced extreme hardship when the potato blight devastated their harvest. In response, people created simple potato-based soups to stretch their limited food supply. The soup is a combination of potatoes, water, salt, and sometimes milk, designed to feed many people without much cost. 4. Spam. Spam, the iconic canned meat, was created during World War II as a solution to food shortages. As the war caused disruptions in the global supply chain, fresh meats were hard to come by, especially in the United States. Spam, made from pork shoulder and ham, was an inexpensive, long-lasting alternative. Though initially met with skepticism, it became a staple in American households, especially in military rations, and is still a popular food in many places today. 5. Gravy bread. During times of extreme food shortage, such as in post-war Britain, people often made do with what they had. One such creation was gravy bread, a simple dish made by soaking bread in gravy. This meal was especially common in working-class homes, where bread was a staple, and gravy was made from meat drippings. It may seem simple, but it was a filling and resourceful way to use leftovers and stretch meager ingredients. 6. Rice and beans. Rice and beans have been a crucial meal in many parts of the world, particularly during times of food scarcity. The combination of rice and beans offers a balanced source of protein, fiber, and carbohydrates. In countries like Cuba, the dish was popularized during periods of economic hardship and food shortages. It's both cost-effective and nutritious, proving that sometimes, the simplest combinations can provide sustenance and comfort. 7. Tuna Casserole. Tuna casserole was developed in the United States during the Great Depression, a time when many families faced extreme poverty and food shortages. The dish is made with canned tuna, a cheap and long-lasting protein, mixed with pasta, vegetables, and a creamy sauce. This casserole was a popular choice for families trying to feed a large number of people with minimal ingredients. It became an enduring symbol of economy cooking, and remains a beloved comfort food today. 8. Tapioca pudding. Tapioca pudding, a sweet and creamy dessert, became popular in times when rice and other grains were in short supply. During the 19th century, tapioca, a starchy product derived from cassava root, was affordable and easy to store. It was often used as a substitute for rice in puddings, providing a sweet treat when other options were scarce. Its popularity grew as a dessert option during hard times, and it continues to be a favorite in many cultures. 9. Pasta e Fagioli. Pasta e Fagioli, or pasta and beans, is a traditional Italian dish that emerged as a way to make a hearty meal from affordable and readily available ingredients. During times of war or economic hardship, the Italians used pasta, beans, and vegetables to create a filling soup or stew. The dish was practical and inexpensive, offering a complete meal in one bowl. Today, it remains a beloved comfort food across Italy and beyond. 10. Bread and butter pudding. Bread and butter pudding was invented in the UK as a way to use up stale bread during times when food was scarce. In the 19th century, when bread was abundant but perishable, people began layering slices of buttered bread in a custard mixture and baking it into a warm, comforting dessert. The dish was a way to avoid food waste while creating something tasty, and it became a popular dessert during times of austerity. These dishes were born out of necessity, each reflecting the resourcefulness and resilience of people facing difficult circumstances. Though created to address food shortages, many of these meals have become cherished comfort foods, continuing to be enjoyed today for their simplicity and deliciousness. The ingenuity behind these dishes is a reminder of how humans have always found creative solutions to challenges, turning scarcity into opportunity.